What up, YouTube? It's your boy Juice Lee. You know what I'm saying? Hitting you with my combat arena updates for the week of March 4th, 2010. Weird stuff has been happening in the combat sports world, but really right now just the MMA world. This week, Strikeforce announced their much anticipated, much like Fable CBS card. Should also be noted that on this card there will be no Fedor Emelianenko because for whatever reason Fedor's management and Strikeforce seem to have been butting heads about quote-unquote last-minute details. So surprisingly on this card there's only 3 matches, and they're all title matches, which will make for an interesting show or a very quick, awkward, peculiar show. Matchups on this card include Shinya Aoki versus Gilbert Melendez for the Strikeforce lightweight title. Aoki versus Melendez will actually be an interesting fight simply because it's going to answer a lot of questions that everybody has about Shinya Aoki. One, when they introduce him to the States, and 2, whether he is capable of beating BJ Penn. Because honestly, if you can't beat Gilbert Melendez is dope, don't get me wrong, but if you can't beat Gilbert Melendez, why are we even considering him fighting BJ Penn? Gegard Mousasi versus King Mo Lawal for the Strikeforce light heavyweight title is another fight that I'm kind of interested in seeing, simply because for the longest time everybody's been gassing King Mo like he's this great superstar and everything like that. We already know what Gegard can do. So, you know, if you follow Strikeforce and everything, you've seen Gegard Mousasi, you know the dude's the real deal. But we shall see. But I will respect the fact that King Mo took this fight because, you know, there's somebody else with nearly an identical record. I'm not going to say his name or anything like that, but, you know, he talking about he just wants some easy fights. So, Jake Shields, Mr. Lamprey himself, versus Dan, aka Henderson. It should be a pretty good fight, only because, you know, Hendo is that dude. And I'm sorry, like, Hendo is a guy who hasn't, for real, lost a fight in a while. I mean, save for Anderson Silva, but, you know, Hendo is a dude that, I mean, this is the whole reason he's in Strikeforce is because, you know, somebody else wouldn't let him get a title shot again. But, you know, we'll leave that for a discussion on another day. I don't know why I just spliced that belch in there. I thought it was cool. Switching gears to the UFC. UFC actually recently signed former boxing champion James Lights Out Toney. You know, old Mushmouth.
You know, I fight soldier, I fight this one, I understand like Sony doing the same.
Not that I've scared small children and barred myself from having any type of active possible sex life ever again, and pretty much embarrassed myself. Wanted to talk about a little bit about James Toney signing. I always hear everybody bring up the whole comment about, you know, Dana White went back on his word, this is a freak show, yada, yada, yada. How is it that someone who is an elite practitioner of one of the key elements of mixed martial arts considered a freak show? What makes it even funnier is, like, you know, boxing fans and MMA fans, neither of them watch kickboxing, you know what I mean? They never watch K1 or they never watch, like, any Muay Thai fights, and it's just crazy because, you know, you'll accept a K1 fighter getting into MMA before you accept a boxer getting into MMA. Who do you get to fight James Toney? Now, obviously, my personal pick would be Kimbo Slice, simply because Kimbo stays in limbo. I know that rhyme, but he really does. He can't, I don't think he can get down to 205. I think it's impossible for him, and he's too small of a heavyweight to really do any damage. So he's just kind of in this limbo area of you know, competing. James Toney thing, it actually stirs up the age-old, oh my god, I'm sick of this debate, of boxing versus MMA, which I'm not actually going to get into, but I'm just going to get into one of the things that I just really irks me about, you know, combat, really mixed martial arts fans and in general combat sports fans. And I'm a weird dude, man. I like combat sports. I like them all. I like everything. I like watching people get punched in the face. I can watch a jiu-jitsu match, just like I can watch a wrestling match, just like I can watch a kickboxing match, just like I can watch a boxing match. It don't matter to me because I like human one-on-one combat. I love it. I enjoy it. And I think in order to truly love mixed martial arts and to truly love any of these sports, you should enjoy all of these sports. It all brings me back to this point. Why is it that MMA fans and just people in general love the KOs and the striking of MMA, but are so dead set against boxing or kickboxing? You know, check out my my site. The webpage should be right here. Subscribe, rate the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of in a weird stage with all of this stuff. So if you feel what I do, you know, check out my site. Let me know if I made any valid points. Let me know if you just generally hate me, or you know, you want to just splice out me with my shirt off and you know, just have that running as a running gag, as an internet meme. That's pretty much my time, and I am out. Peace.